I'm in Glencoe near the Three Sisters, off to a solo wild camp in the Lost Valley, or the Hidden Valley. Because it was raining quite heavily earlier, I've bought a tarp for my little tent so that I can cook even if it's raining. I was last up at the Lost Valley back in March, I think it was, so everything was very barren and bare. There was still snow on the hills, and I'd been very surprised when I got up there to discover there was about 8 other groups of wild campers up there, and it was kind of fun to know that there's other people there. It's a completely dead zone for phone signal, there's just nothing at all. So now that it's mid-August, I'm very interested to find out if there will be people up there. I'm sure there will be. That's the car park where my car is. The path for the next bit, it's just like pick your way across tons of rubble and boulders. Like, it might go that way, or it might go, I'm going to go this way. I actually can't get through that way, it's not happening. There's a bunch of people wading through the river over there, but I know because I've been here before that there is another way where you can scramble sort of over the top of a boulder that's lying on the river. I'm going to have to jump across some rocks and keep my fingers crossed I don't fall in. It's only water, right? I'm sure I can jump that. I've got to film it and I'm going to do it again. Oh, that's me arriving at the Hidden Valley. That's a really steep climb up here. It's taken me about an hour, I think. I can see at least one other tent. I thought it was going to be a lot busier, but this is a nice wee spot for my tent. Nice views up the valley where the other tent is in relation to me. This has taken me quite a while, but I've got my tarp up. It's fantastic. I bought the tarp. It had no instructions in it except a QR code, and there's no signal up here, so I should have checked how you're supposed to put the thing up. So I've just guessed. Quite cosy inside it. I feel like I've got a luxury tent now. I am so glad that I took my big winter sleeping bag because I put on both my jackets. It's really cold. I'm going to go for a walk to the far end of the Lost Valley. I'm just going to leave my tent and stuff here and come back maybe in an hour or so and cook my dinner. I think it's about 7:30 at night. My tent is around about there. I would love to come back when I've got like a week and just spend a whole week in Glencoe just exploring all these places. Oh my god, the whole thing's going to take off in a minute. Oh, it's sizzling, it's cooking, that's good. I was really worried that the wind was going to cool the jet boil down too much. I have also got a mini red wine. This is sort of everything I dreamed of when I started wild camping. Just sitting in the middle of nowhere, completely cut off, no phone signal, somewhere like remote and absolutely majestically beautiful, cooking my dinner out in the open. I'm getting covered in grease splatters. In fact, I'm going to move this. The wind's died down a little bit. This is so unhygienic. My trousers are filthy. I've brought some mature cheddar cheese. Oh, I cut a bit off. This whole bit of steak on top of the cheese, and then hopefully it will melt. Like a massive big cheeseburger. Look at that. That's so nice. And look at the location for me for eating this. I put you over the other side. Look at that view. It's just My neighbours are wandering about. I'll try and get a good look at them. Into the oil. It's about 11 o'clock. I thought the wind was going to die down, but it seems to be getting worse and worse. The tarp is occasionally making the most horrendous noise. I was almost asleep, but I don't want to go outside, but I feel like it's just making such a racket. I'm worried it's going to take off, so I'm going to go and take it in. I've been out for an inspection, and although it sounds very noisy, completely solid into the ground, it's definitely not going to take off. And I know it's going to be handy in the morning for making my breakfast and things, so I've decided to leave it up, and I'm just going to have to ignore the noise. Good morning, it's 6:45 and I've just woken up. It's middle of summer, but I've had my big thick winter sleeping bag, and it was a bit hot a couple of times. I was really glad I had it because it was so windy and lashing rain last night. And I had to go out in the pouring rain about 2 a.m. to take it down, and it's just bunched up outside here. I'm going to sort it out. There's the tarp, a big guddle there. I'll sort that out in a bit. Wow, there's very heavy mist over there. That little tent arrived very late last night, and there's the other tent over there. That's a pretty nice place to wake up. It's pouring rain still though. I would really have liked to have had the tarp still up for cooking my breakfast. I might put it back up because I've got eggs to cook. Maybe not.